Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. I'm your host Chentu Trivane. I promised you that I'm gonna share how I purchased a sports shoe in one of my video, and I've already finally bought a shoe for myself, a running shoe. So I'm gonna tell you which shoe I bought and how I selected a shoe. And before that, I'll just tell you which shoe I was using for a running. For a very long time, I have been stuck to Nike Air Max for the simple reason because that was the best shoe which was available for me, I felt. Uh, it is very important that you buy a right fit of a shoe as per your body type as well. If you are on the obese side, becomes much more important because you need a lot more comfort in your feet. Otherwise, you will hurt your ankle, your toes, and your knees if you don't have the proper technology in the shoes. Of course, there is a old school of thought which says that you can wear any shoes and wear, and then there is a barefoot running which has been promoted. But personally, I feel a very good, comfortable shoes is more important. Personally, I do a lot of running on a treadmill rather than running on a trail or a road. Treadmill shoes and road running shoes are almost on the similar nature, but road running is a lot more easier because you kind of uh, change your speed as per the road. But what happens with the treadmills are that you are running on a continuously one speed, which is kind of becomes difficult. But having said that, modern days treadmill also have a lot of suspension system in them. So it's the moment you run, it kind of takes the jerk and doesn't pass it on. That's the suspension system which is built on the good treadmills which is available in the market now. In the olden days, probably the treadmill doesn't have those kind of a suspension, but today they have. So far I've been using, as I said, Nike Air Max. This is the shoe which I've been using. It is a brilliant shoes. There are different versions which comes every year. So if you're really interested, you can go for and buy for this shoe. If you can see, this is a good cushioning here. It has an air cushioning. So the moment you put your feet in, it's kind of presses and works as a suspension and a shocker, which absorbs a lot of shocks when you run. And this air bubble runs till the toes and everything. So it's a very comfortable shoe. It has a hard, I'm sorry, it's dirty, but just to tell you, it has a hard sole, so you can look at it. It doesn't have a very free, comfortable sole, like many other shoes, which you can see is just turn around. But for the running, that is not advisable until unless you do a barefoot running or you run on a track where there is a proper synthetic running track. There are a lot of running shoes available. There's one shoe which I use for my training, weight training, is this Nike 5.0. It's a free running shoes. You can see that it is very, it gets kind of mold very easily. A lot of people still uses that for running. I would not recommend that for the simple reason, and especially if you're overweight or you're the weight man. For the simple reason, these suspensions are not as good as it needs to be if you are a bit of an overweight. So I selected this time Asics. Just to give you a background, Asics is a Japanese brand. I'm sure you are aware of it. What Nike is to US, Asics is all over. Is to Japan, and they are slowly making a good name in the market. Of course, they have been in Far East market quite well. They have quite established. I was just reading before I could speak about Asics, and I figured it out that there was for a very long time Nike promoted Asics. It was a kind of a joint collaboration. They have it, and they were promoting it for a very long time. But then the dispute triggered and they kind of defined and they said, okay, that we are not the same shoes. We probably don't want to be in that. And Asics said, okay, fair enough. We are good on our own. So I bought myself an Asics Nimbus 2.0, 20 or 2.0. This is the shoe which I bought. You can see it's a pure black white shoe, probably not as good as it looks, or Nike one. So if you see the Nike shoe looks better, I'm sorry it comes on my face, than this. But trust me, in the comfort, it is as good as Nike or probably a bit better for me. I also wanted to change Nike because I've been using it for a very long time. Now this gel Nimbus is the technology 20, which is very famous from Asics. Now what they have it, if you can look here, the white line which they have it, has an air and a gel based sole. So the moment you put your feet in, there's a gel which kind of takes the shape of your feet. Along with that, it is a hard sole, so you can see it's not so easy to kind of mold it. It's very important that your shoe, as I was saying, is not mold very easily if you are running on a treadmill and on a road, because it kind of put your foot on the road very, very evenly rather than putting it in certain ways. Now, there are different feet types which everyone has it. I am an overpronator shoe, so what that means is that I put a lot of pressure on my toes as well as on my heels when I'm running. There are neutral pronator and you're under pronator, so you can always get your feet checked that which kind of a feet you have it. Now, if you're an overpronator, you need a lot more cushioning because the chances of injury is much higher. If you are overpronator and overweight, then you know what needs to be done. Okay, having said that, so why I selected the shoe? There are certain criteria which I have for selecting a shoe. I normally don't go and buy my shoe at the day beginning, because what I feel is that you should always buy a shoe at the end of the day when you're tired and exhausted. Because when you change a shoe, when you're buying a new shoe, the moment you try, the shoe should give you a lot of comfort. So you can sense that comfort, that whether it is giving or not. And 5-10 minutes of a walk in a shop makes makes you feel the shoe right. Of late, what I've seen is a lot of sports shops have also come up with a treadmill. So they give you a demo shoe, you can wear them and you can walk on the treadmill for some time. It helps you to understand the comfort of that shoe for a longer time. They allow you to walk as long as 30 minutes, which is a good time to evaluate a shoe. So that's one. The other thing for me is what is important is the distance between my feet and on the ground and the cushioning in between. It's a kind of a height which is very important, because the better height it is, it's kind of also allows the better cushioning. The shoe has been brilliant in doing that. Asics, there are different model of Asics. There are much more expensive model, but then Nimbus is especially known for its running, and if you read the reviews of Nimbus 2.0 and those who are pro in running and quite famous, they can tell you that this is one of the good shoes. No, I'm not no way saying that Nike is no more good, but this time for me, this was a very value for money kind of a shoe. This is available on the sale right now, a New Year sale going on. But I would suggest don't buy it online right now, the shoe, unless you haven't tried it. Please go wear it, walk on a treadmill, Asics stores allows that, and then go ahead and select it. I thought that I will make a video during the shop, but I'm kind of shy doing it because the entire thing is new to me. Wish I could have done that. I will eventually probably overcome the shyness and record my videos. So this is the video is all about to tell you that which shoe to select and how to select, because I told in my last video that I'm going to select the shoe. So that's more about it. Thank you so much guys for watching this video. If you really like it, please give the comments behind, or I would request all of you to go ahead and subscribe the channel, and if you please press the bell icon on, so that whenever I post a new video you get an update. Along with the shoe, I would just lastly add is that please buy a good socks if you are like running. Please don't buy only pure cotton socks. There are dry fit socks available with cushioning nowadays. Please go ahead and select that, because what happens if you run for a very long time, the cotton socks kind of rubs in between. Not a good idea. The socks needs to be a right fit. When I say right fit, it just lastly strikes me that it is very important to buy a shoe which is right fit. Lot of people wear a tight fit shoes. They find it comfortable. Please don't wear a tight fit shoes if you are running, because when you run, the feet kind of moves within the shoes, right? It goes up, down, and it needs a space. Feet needs a space to move around as well. So whenever you buy a shoe, there's a thumb rule that there's a difference between your thumb and the end of a shoe is minimum of a thumb, width of a thumb, not the length of a thumb, okay? The width of a thumb, that's the good thumb rule which you have it. Normally when you wear a shoe and get the feet measure, all these sports brands have taken care of that there is enough space within the shoes. So that's very important that you buy a right fit. That was the point which I missed it in the moment I was talking about the socks. That's the point which came in. So that's all I have for this video, guys. Please go and subscribe this channel. That's what I will say, and I will see you in the next video with the next update. Thank you so much and keep watching. God bless you. Stay healthy. Stay healthy in 2009. Bye bye. I'm your host, Praveen. Good night, guys.